get funky.
Alien 8 UK.
I'ma get crazy. I'ma get loose. I'ma get hazy, hazy, hazy. I'ma take a ride. 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 Take me to your leader, take me to your leader, take me to your leader. 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 Take me to your leader.
Signal acquisition initiated. Cross-referencing anomaly archives. Pattern recognition complete. Aether 8 online.
Hello, hello. Welcome to this wonderful Saturday afternoon of, well, I don't know what it's going to be. Paranormal and
who knows where we're going to go.
a mix of everything. So thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you for joining us. So we've got Moon at Noon, BMR Rob, Jason Finch, Sober Carper, Stephen Collin, Paranormal Paul. Who'd have known?
Hey, who's that guy?
I said, Steve, where is Wanda the DJ? That's all I can say at the moment. So thank you for joining us. So we are just going to have a chat about anything and everything, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not anything and everything. We're not going to be talking like football or Eurovision or anything like that, but we're going to go down the world of weird and wonderful.
Weird and wonderful. I like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
So you were saying you have a list.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this kind of started last year when I'm sure everybody in the chat is familiar with Greg Ogles.
Mr. Moist.
Mr. Moist. And he pretty much says anything that comes out of the top of his head. And you never know what's going to come out. And so we were in Townsend, Tennessee last year for Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival.
Yep.
And I started a list. Unfortunately, and if BMR is listening to this, he knows about this. I cannot read all of these to you because they are just pretty graphic, and it would kind of kick you guys out.
Everything.
It would destroy. Yeah, you wouldn't be monetized after this. But I mean, it is just hilarious, and it started out as kind of a joke that he would say things like, well, I can't say that one. I can't say that one. I should have looked at this beforehand.
Yeah, fine. Just make stuff up.
Raccoon. Well, I can't do that one either. This was from somebody else. Dangled down, giving the mini bird because you couldn't understand the full bird. Middle finger.
Yeah. Yep.
Stuff like that, and it just grew over time. So every time something weird is said, I'm okay on the list. And I'm just realizing that you can't say too much of these. One thing to keep in mind, and this is very important, a very important life lesson for everybody out there, and I found one that's good. It never matters what the soap smells like. Never come out of the bathroom smelling your fingers. Very important for everybody. Yeah. But it was it's almost turned into a life of its own, this list, and it's just absolutely hilarious. And one time we were in, I think this is safe to say, when was it? Earlier this month, we were back in Townsend, Tennessee again for this year's Smoky Mountain Festival. And we went to breakfast, and I had never been asked this question before. I ordered, I think, French toast and bacon, a side order of bacon. She asked me how I liked my bacon. And I'm like, cooked? She said, do you like it limp? That made the list. So, now that's a running joke. How do you like your bacon? I've never been asked that. So, it's just weird stuff like that. That just kind of goes along with me.
Yeah. So last time, I'll wait for the Brian Bolden question that he's asked me to ask you. I'll get you all settled in, then I'll throw that one at you. So I'm going to put this picture up. I know you spoke. Sorry, I spoke about this last time you come on. So this is the image that you just sent me. That took me about half an hour to download.
Oh yeah.
So
you want me to set it up beforehand, or do you want me to?
I'll put it on and then you just go with it.
Okay.
So this is what I got sent.
This is what.
Let's get naughty.
Let's get naughty. And there's a picture of a goat and an anchor there. So we had a conference back. The group of podcasters that I'm with we call ourselves the Misfits Islands of Misfit or something like that.
Yeah.
We put a conference together out here in Richmond, Missouri, which is out near Kansas City, across the state from where I'm at now. And somebody gave me a pair of underwear like that, and it was actually Marilyn Bast that gave me that underwear for some reason. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. And, we were all had booths set up outside. So we were all sitting outside chatting and stuff, and people were walking around and everything, and we were meeting a lot of people. And all the speakers were inside. So at one point, there was a lot of the guests and stuff were inside the building listening to the speakers. So there wasn't a whole lot going on outside. So I'm like, you know what? Let's try and perk things up a little bit. And so I put those on outside of my shorts.
Like Superman.
Like Superman. You could see my wallet, my phone in my back pocket and everything. So I'm walking around I'm going to different booths, doing interviews. I'm being dead serious walking around in those. And it was just hilarious. So, but someone took a picture of that and sent it to me. So I figured, okay. I don't get embarrassed too easily. Yeah. Why not?
Well, you've already gone around doing serious
wearing
them in public. So
that's right.
You can't really go back on that, can you?
Nope.
No.
And once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's one of those cringe moments. But
So,
my wife is so very proud of me.
Yes, that's why she's not in.
That's right. That's why she left.
Oh, God. So, out of everything in the world of paranormal, what is your main go-to genre or subject? If you had to, I think I've asked you this before, but if you had to pick one thing out of everything, whether it is cryptids, UFOs, ghosts, spirits, shadow people, because we're not sure what exactly they are, what would you go to?
I think that's an answer that kind of changes here and there. As the years have gone on. It's always been ghosts and UFOs and stuff. I really haven't investigated too much of the UFO, and that's kind of hard to investigate, really.
Yeah.
But, I've always, even as a kid, I never really had any ghost experience or any weird encounters when I was a little kid, but I do remember a lot of times, either during the day or at night, laying out in my backyard or doing whatever, and just looking up at the stars and in the sky and saying, there's got to be something else out there. So, for a long, long time, I've always believed that there's something out there. But as far as my go-to thing, it'll probably be the ghost part of this and the shadow people, because that's what I have the more experience in right now. I mean, I've gone to several haunted locations and had weird things happen, weird either knocks, pebbles thrown during a live show, scratched, all kinds of weird stuff, attachments coming home with me, all kinds of weird things. But as I've gone on with this, with my show, that I've met a whole lot of new and awesome people that have introduced me more to Bigfoot and the cryptid side of things. And through that, I've been in the woods once now, down in southern Missouri where I live. There was a very active place, but unfortunately we didn't see anything. But we didn't see anything cryptid activity. But where I live right now, there's really a lot of light pollution. So at night you don't see a whole lot of stars and anything. It's just a handful here and there. But down where they live, and there's no light pollution and stuff. And we were walking around the woods, and there was a clearing that we stopped and was taking a break at. And I looked up, and there was just so many stars out there. And then when we got back to the property, after walking through the woods, we just stood there and watched the sky a lot, and we saw several weird lights moving off in the distance and stuff, which actually I think was in the location of an army base. So I mean, that could have been a connection there with something weird moving around there, and behind us there was some strange lights in the sky too. I mean, and you could tell. I mean, it wasn't an airplane. You didn't see the flashing lights. They weren't exactly. They were going straight, but then you could see them moving a little bit. So, I mean, it's moving in an unnatural way for an airplane to move. So, I mean, was it a UFO? I can't say for sure, but I mean, it certainly did look like it to me.
Yeah. So do you think that there is a connection with like the paranormal, UFOs, cryptids? I know people say there is, some people say there isn't. The majority say that there is, but it just seems to be very far apart at the moment, I find.
Is that leaf touching you behind you? Because it's moving like crazy. No.
So I've got that fan's on.
Fan's on. Okay.
So it's hitting that. There's no fairies knocking about.
Okay. All right. So I saw that moving, and I'm like, whoa. Okay, this is cool. Connection. I certainly, you hear these stories where people in the woods, or even not necessarily in the woods, see a Bigfoot or hear wood knocks or whoops or anything like that, and then you see the orbs flying around in the sky, and then you see weird things up in the sky. So is there a connection? Possibly. I don't think we could rule that out just yet, but I think more than likely there is a connection somehow. And if these things can go in and out of portals and stuff, and by these things I meant like Bigfoot, Dogman, whatever. If they can go in and out of portals and stuff, I mean, that could also help explain, some kind of paranormal connection with UFOs and stuff with them. Yeah.
Well, I was chatting to my mate. He's not in the chat today, and he was saying there's a video that he was watching from, I think it was about 2017. Mm-hmm. Apparently, this bloke, dog's barking. Don't know if you can hear it.
I didn't hear it. No,
it's not a dog, man. He's about half an inch tall. So, but he was saying about this video. Apparently, this guy shot and killed Dogman, and then within however long, don't know if it was hours, days, or whatever, he got a visit from the Men in Black saying that He's just come in the chat now. Actually, it's Baby with a Laser, saying that basically you just got rid of one of ours.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, could they be super soldiers? I don't know. I mean, as the stories that you hear from, mostly the dogmen and the other odd cryptids that are so nasty that you hear. I mean, they certainly are nasty.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, that would make sense that they're developing these super soldiers and stuff to help fight, and I guess maybe to save the human population. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that is certainly very interesting.
Yeah, it just seems to be. Because I don't get the chance to listen to or watch many podcasts anymore like I used to, because obviously I'm doing this, I'm doing the research for it as well now, and obviously I've got loads of other stuff going on. But Dogman seems to have took a bit of a chill pill, and it like kind of faded into the background a little bit at the moment.
Yeah.
Have you noticed the same?
Yeah, I mean, I've been focusing on. It seems a lot of my shows lately are going to be UFO, Bigfoot, and ghosts. I mean, we really haven't talked a whole lot about Dogman stuff. And I talk to a lot of people that go to this location that's in Kentucky, land between the lakes.
Yeah.
And there's I think they said north side of the park forest. I don't know if you want to call that a park. Forest. I mean, it is a national park. Like the north half is the Bigfoot. I mean, the Dogman territory, and the southern part is the Bigfoot territory. But you kind of wonder if that's really true. I mean, I haven't been there yet. I've driven past it twice. But you hear the stories of how wonderful that place is, like family friendly during the day, but then once night falls, you don't want to be out there. And one of my co-hosts, Natalie, with Greg Ogles and Relic Films, were filming out there, and they encountered two rakes and some other really crazy activity. And how do you explain that if
I know
to non-believers and stuff? But I mean, it's just so crazy out there. And just if you're going to these places, you just have to either be armed somehow or just be extremely careful.
So do you think that then a lot of these cryptids are not kept, but their location, they've got like a parameter set so that supposedly they stay in these national parks? It's like some sort of universal law for them to say that's where you are, do not leave. I don't know who sets the rules. I'm just thinking as I'm talking, but there must be some sort of thing. Is like you stay in there, and like we stay out in our residential areas and what have you.
For kind of an analogy to that would be like having the Indian reservations. I mean, you guys have this reservation, you stay there, we'll have the rest. I mean, that could certainly be the same thing with the Bigfoot and Dogman, because you hear a lot of stories of them in national parks. There was even a report of a Dogman down by the Arch down in downtown St. Louis, which is a national park. So, I mean, that's a very interesting thought too, that if they're developing these things, are there underground bases where these things are kept so that not everybody can see them? Because I mean, like the Arch, that's not a really heavily wooded area. A little bit north of it is, and on the east over in Illinois across the river, but there's a river that you have to get through to get over there. So is there some kind of underground base that they've developed for these things?
Well, yeah, unless you've got some sort of, I don't know if they are being developed, some sort of tracking device that stops them crossing the perimeter.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just, because otherwise, why would they not just be going off and doing their own thing? It wouldn't make any sense.
I mean, why wouldn't they? What's going to stop them from roaming around cities and stuff and doing crazy stuff like that?
Yeah, you ain't going to be messing about with them, are you? You're not going to be like, oh, you need to get back there.
Yeah. And this little conversation so far reminds me of, so back in 23, I had knee replacement surgery, and I kind of vowed to myself that when I'm recovering, instead of sitting and watching TV, I was going to read more. Yeah. So I was reading books more on the paranormal, and this is kind of where I started this little journey. And I got a book from the library. You downloaded it. It was from, I don't know if anybody's familiar with Impractical Jokers, and one of the guys on there is an author, James Murr. He's written a few books, and they're fiction, of course, but a lot of actually it's a 3 or 4 book series, and the topics is these underground creatures that they're making its way to the earth, and they're just destroying, annihilating everything in its path. I mean, he doesn't call them Dogman or any cryptid name or anything. It just, whatever monsters he had, I don't remember the name of it. But, everything that I've learned so far, I mean, it sounds very familiar with things that are in fictional books, movies like Star Wars, Star Trek, stuff like that. It just sounds very familiar with, things that have been made as fiction. And you just kind of wonder, I mean, back when Star Wars was made back in the 70s or whatever, how much did they know then too? 2001 Space Odyssey too, and stuff like that. But, where is all this coming from? Is it coming from their imagination, or have they heard something that, this is something is possibly underground and stuff like that? So I don't know. It's very interesting to me. A lot of links.
Because I think unless you've got the wildest imagination, how are you going to create all these different things? Right.
Yeah, like where does somebody come up with, a train is running through a subway underground, and there's a hole in the wall, and all of a sudden these monsters or creatures or whatever come out, and they stop the train and eat everybody in the train.
Yeah.
Where do you come up with that stuff?
I know. I get that you could probably think like someone who's creative, that's their job, like 3 or 4 of them. But to have all these different species of all these different types of humanoids or cryptids, you'd be there forever.
So, when I do a show, I usually have this app on my phone called SPI, and it's a spirit box.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have a word bank for spirits to pick from or whatever. So as we were talking about what we just talked about, I get the phrase, "he knows."
Whoa. Right? Oh my God.
Yeah.
So Jason Pritchard, who's in the chat, I'm going back now, probably about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
This is weird. And one of the first interviews I did on my own was with Nathaniel Gillis. I don't know if you're aware of him. He's a demonologist, lives up in Ohio.
Okay.
He came over here a couple of years ago. We met him and hung out on that, and I've interviewed him a lot, and we chat quite a bit. And we got a question in the chat from a guy called Rick Ellen, and I can't remember the exact word for word, but basically the question was, do you believe that there's other intelligent life form elsewhere in the universe?
Mm-hmm.
And he answers it, and it's Jason who just put yes, he remembers. And he sent me a timestamp of what he picked up this EVP.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I'll listen back to it afterwards, and you get a whisper going, either it says you know or he knows, and it goes, you know. Wow. I've got goosebumps throughout my body. That is so weird.
It is.
That is creepy weird.
Yeah. I can't remember who I had on, but I mean, this thing was picking up things left and right, and it was almost spot on with things that we were talking about. Yeah, it's scary. It's really scary. I mean, Yeah, I'm not getting any kickback from it, but I like having it on here. It's called SPI. Sean Austin, paranormal investigator, developed it and everything.
Yep.
So I mean, $14.99 on your Apple Store
Yeah.
or
Well,
Google Play or whatever.
For that to be picked up a few years ago, like I said, it was a while ago, and then for you to just say that and it come out of nowhere. Well, it's not come out of nowhere; it's come out of there. But it's just very strange because it's the exact. I know it's only 2 words, but it is the exact same phrase.
Right. Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm sat in the same spot, except I had my PC on that wall. So literally, I turned 90 degrees. I'm in the same area, so that's very creepy.
It is very creepy. Very creepy.
Oh,
yeah. I
wow.
mean, somehow, somewhere, somebody in here, Jason, what a coincidence. I don't know that it's a coincidence. I think it
Synchronicity.
yeah, something. Yeah.
It is definitely something because it could have chose any other phrase. And obviously you didn't know this, and probably a lot of people that are in the chat wouldn't have known because they wasn't watching the channel back then anyway. I don't think anyone was.
I wasn't. I didn't know about it then.
But it was just that's completely thrown me. That really has.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing how accurate these things are. And, a lot of people say, well, it's on your phone. It's probably picking up, voices or any kind of recordings that I have on there and stuff. But, for it to be that accurate, and we're talking about something that, how do they come up with these things? And it says he knows. Yeah. It's just bizarre.
That's exactly the same. But it's like, I'll find the voice clip because I've trimmed it and got it, and I'll send you the actual recording. Yeah. So it just went, he knows. And we worked out with the channel and all that it came through my microphone.
Wow.
And that was the other creepy bit.
Do you, I mean, you've done a lot of these shows. Do you get a lot of weird things happening during your shows?
Things will shut down when you start talking about a particular subject. It'll all go all glitchy and all that kind of stuff. But you know Chris Reinhardt.
I know of him. I don't know him, but I know of him.
So Chris is good friends with El Santariga, who is also good friends with Brian Bowden. So I know Chris through El. I'm sure he put me in contact with him. And I was interviewing Chris one day, and he's got his setup down in his basement. It's 3-level building, and he goes, I'm just going to go. This is was getting set up before we went live. He goes, I'm just going to go use the bathroom, get a drink, blah, 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 come down, get ready. So I'm sat there and I'm waiting. He was telling me he's got a sound gate on his computer, so it doesn't pick any background noise up, like what I've got on here now.
Right.
And so I'm sat there, and then I hear someone talking, and they go, oh, you all right? I'm like, yeah, not bad. Just while you're getting ready, I'm just getting everything sorted this end, make sure everything's good. And I'm having this little bit of conversation. Then it just stops. I'm like, Chris, nothing. Then about 30 seconds later, comes, sits down. I'm like, is there anyone else in the house with you? I went, no, Missy's gone out. The grandkids live with him. He goes, they'll be home from school in about 45 minutes. He goes, there's only me.
Wow.
And then I explained what had just gone on. And he went, funny you should say that. It's happened a few times. Wasn't recording. Always away.
Wow. That's bizarre. I mean,
yeah.
I've had, some people say
it was a two-way conversation, but as soon as I said Chris, because I thought it was Chris, the had an American accent, it was like it just stopped, and you kind of heard the levels just go, nothing.
Wow. I've had a couple times, or one time, the blonde girl here moved on one of my shows. I went back and I looked, and I couldn't tell it, but a couple people said they saw it. So I'm like, okay, I didn't really notice it, but I mean, it could have been very, very minute that I just couldn't pick it up. But who knows? Who knows?
Very strange. Very strange. And the thing things like that. It's like, do I really want to know what it is? I know I asked, would you like to know, if you had the opportunity to find out everything there is to know about the paranormal and that, would you really want to know?
If it's in my house, probably not.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, if
you got to deal with it.
yeah, I mean, the best thing, I mean, to do if it's in the house is just ignore it and sage it and, ask it to go away. And that's kind of what I did when I had things here. But I don't think I want to know what it was. And actually, before I got into this, did I tell you about the Hat Man thing last time I was here?
Don't know, but tell us again, because
So I was working overnights at the time. My dog's wagging her tail behind me as she's sleeping, and it was thumping on the ground. I didn't know what that was. But anyway, I was working overnight. We were in this house that we're in now, and my son was really little, probably about 1 or 2, and we had 2 cats at the time. And my wife was either putting away laundry late at night, or the cat woke her up with the sound like it was going to throw up. And if you have an animal, when they start to throw up, that sound, and you're up, you're flying out of bed and doing stuff. So she hears this in the hallway, which is actually right outside this door here. She's cleaning it up, and she has her back to the stairwell, which is that railing that you see behind me. She turns around and she sees somebody coming up the first flight of stairs, turns and starts coming up the second flight towards her. And as it gets to the top, it just kind of vanishes. But she was able to pick up a, long black trench coat, top hat, couldn't see any facial features or anything like that. So, it looked like an Amish guy, with the top hat and long coat and everything. So we just kind of played it off as, it was an Amish guy walking through the house. So, no big deal. It didn't do anything to us, and we never saw it again. But every time we would hear like a strange knock or we couldn't find something, we would always blame it on the Amish guy. So, and I did some research on it, and I didn't see any history of Amish people living around this land long ago or whatever. So I had no idea what it was. So fast forward to probably December. Oh, it just said Samuel. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard that then. I was kind of...
Yeah, it's kind of close. But anyway, we fast forward to probably about December of 2023. I was interviewing somebody who was telling me about a Hat Man encounter that he had while he was in bed. That it would start in the corner of his bedroom and kind of slowly move over him. And he was describing it exactly the way my wife was describing it. And I don't. It's still on YouTube. His name was Daniel Jackson. I could probably go back and look at. I'm sure my face was just And I told him about my wife's encounter. He said, "Yeah, that was a Hat Man. That wasn't an Amish guy. That was the Hat Man in your house." So I told my wife that, and I showed her a picture. I went online and I looked it up and showed her a picture of it, and that was exactly what she saw. But then, when we were out of town one time, we had a friend of ours, a neighbor, her kid stayed at the house. I think she's a junior in high school at the time. She was staying at our house, and she always said something about some guy was hanging around on our landing right outside, down the flight of steps here. She would dream it. And then, it took her a while to tell us this after we got back. And then she finally told us, and we're like, well, it was probably either a shadow figure or the Hat Man or something that was there, just, kind of hanging around in there. But we've never seen it. Our neighbor spent a week here while we were gone, and she saw it just a few nights. But, when my wife was explaining, and then Daniel kind of confirming that with me, I'm like, that is crazy. But like I said, nothing ever happened from it. Nothing hurt us or anything. So, that was all good.
Do you think the Hat Man is just one, or do you think there's multiple?
I mean, it could be multiple. I mean, it's all over the place.
Yeah. Have you ever spoke to Heidi Hollis? So she was the person apparently that she donned the name the Hat Man. It was a reference that gave it that, like the can't remember the guy's name that gave the name Flying Saucer back in the 40s, 50s, whenever it was. And I spoke to her a couple of times, but she was saying that it's not just like a fedora. It can be a baseball cap. It can be this seen one with dreadlocks and like with the big beanie hat on, like the big knitted beanie, baseball cap, like a captain's peak cap as well. There's all different types of hat man as well. But I thought it was just the one with the fedora. I never knew there's all these different ones.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Why is there just one? I mean, just like I'm sure there's different Bigfoot, here in the United States, over in the UK, over in Australia, anywhere, Russia, any other place that there's a forest. And just like there's multiple spirits roaming around. I mean, why couldn't there be any multiple hat men too? I mean, it's just, are they all the same, or is it just happened to be a spirit wearing a hat,
Oh, yeah, because don't ask me who they are. I never know who they are. They say that when you die, whatever you're wearing, that's what you're going to be dressed in for the rest of ever.
Really?
Apparently so.
Huh.
Yeah.
But
then I don't get that, because a lot of people, without going too deep with this, a lot of people die on operating table or things like that. So they've just got like an half open gown and pretty much naked, and you don't see them spirits, do you?
No, but that would be my luck. I'll have a gown open in the back. But no. I don't know. And this is just one example that no one knows the right answer to this.
No.
Everything is speculation, and no one's going to be an expert on this. But I mean, could it be that's their? Well, I mean, that wouldn't be their last memory. Well, I guess it would be their last memory if that's what they died in. Is that their last memory, or is that just the way they want you to see them in the spirit world? Or do they want to show you something like a younger version of themselves? I mean, I don't know.
That's the other thing. That's what I was going to say. The other thing that I heard. So the first one is that whatever you're wearing, that's it. Or the other one is like you can choose what part of your life. So if you're to come back as a spirit, you can choose which part of your life you want to come back
Really?
into from. Yeah.
And this kind of makes me wonder that you could choose how you want to come back, possibly different situations. So I mean, like if my father-in-law and my parents have been here, do they show themselves how they want me to remember them, me specifically? But if they go to like my dad's brother who's still alive, would he show himself as a different version of himself, or would it be the same as they show me?
Yeah. Do they get to pick and choose how they look at that moment in time?
See, right now I'm picturing in the spirit world a big closet of clothes and different versions of them and stuff. And then I'm gonna go visit my brother. I'm gonna wear this.
Yeah. Did you have a TV show back in the days, an animated one called Mr. Ben?
No, I don't. That doesn't
so what
sound
he'd
familiar.
do, he'd go into like a fancy dress shop and he'd go in and he'd try a different costume. So he'd go in and he'd say, as if by magic, the shopkeeper appeared, and he'd like look at different costumes. So he'd put whatever costume on, he'd come out of the dressing room, go through a door, and he'd be in that era, he'd be in that round, whether it was medieval. So if he had like a suit on for a knight shining armor suit, or caveman loincloth, or Victorian, or whatever he was wearing, he would go into that era. So it sounds a bit like that.
Yeah, I mean, like somebody. I mean, it's all speculation, but I mean, it sounds pretty damn good. I mean, why not? I mean, if I only know my dad in one certain era, and he wants to, if my uncle's doing something, his brother's doing something that reminds them of their childhood, why not show himself as a child or whatever? I don't know. It's very interesting. And unfortunately, there's only one way we're ever going to find out, and then it's still going to be speculation because we won't be able to.
No, but why? That's the thing. So when well, not me now, but when people go out and do these investigations, why does nobody ask these questions to the spirits? Yes, make a note.
I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Create another list. Can you come back at any point of any point of view when you was alive? Do you have a change of clothes?
Do you have a change of clothes where you're going? Do you have a suitcase? Do you have a full wardrobe?
Is it all inclusive? Or is it just bed and breakfast?
Are drinks free there?
But no one asks these questions. It's always, can you make these lights light up? Can you touch one of us? Can you make a noise? Do you know what I mean? It's not. We want to know the real nitty gritty, but what's the weather like? Are the dogs? Are the animals? Are the rules and regulations?
Okay, I just wrote down, can you come back in a different form of yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do that. Because, I think we were just talking about this on one of my shows, that talking about places being overly investigated. And, people seem to always ask the same question. Hey, do you know you're dead? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? I don't know why I sounded Southern there. Thank you, baby. I feel funny calling her baby because that's what I call my wife.
It's a he.
Oh, wow. Now I really feel funny calling him baby. Anyway, what was I talking about? People always seem to ask the same things. And, I'll ask you this question. Do you think things are overly investigated sometimes?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. It's like we've got a place in the UK called 30 East Drive, and it's like it's up in Yorkshire, and it's poltergeist activity. I know people that go, and they go, and every single time they go, they get stuff. I know other people, including my cousin, she's been, and they believe that it's basically a load of crap. But I think it really does. It's got to be something to do with the energy that you take when you get there.
Right.
Well, because this is one of my other questions as well. It's like, are these spirits that are at, say, let's 30 East Drive, the spirits that are at this house, it's only like a semi-detached house, right? Are they waiting there for the next group of investigators to come along? Yeah. Or do they go off and do other stuff, go to different houses? Do they go down to Rendlesham, or do they go up to Cannock Chase or the Falkirk Triangle up in Scotland? Do they go to different places? Or do they just particular to that one point because that's what their energy is linked to?
Yeah.
And or we won't know this.
No.
No way of finding out.
No. Or are they in the same place at the same time?
Yeah.
I've thought of doing going to different locations, have like me in one location and a team in a completely different state, maybe different country, different location, wherever, and try and do like the Estes method and see and have it somehow on video connected and see, us asking questions in one location, if we get answers in the other location. See how things connect, and that could maybe shed a little light on there. I'm sure people have done that, but how that would work.
Yeah, but it's like you said though. It's like you ask the same questions in different locations. So by doing that, you're not going to get anywhere. I don't get why people don't ask quite like out of the box.
And I get, maybe, asking, what's your name? Who are we talking to?
Yeah.
And then maybe trying to get more, information that way. But, it always seems that, it's going back to, are you dead? Do you know you're dead? Do you, what are you doing here?
It's like the podcast questions, the text ones. It's like, what got you into the paranormal? What's your scariest encounter? It's
Mm-hmm.
like they're there straight away in your head, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not asking them questions. I refuse.
Yeah.
Unless I've got nothing left, then you're never going to get that question.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, I try. There's this one location, actually, Ray County Museum in Richmond that we had the conference at. There's this place, one of the rooms in there. There's 58 rooms or whatever, and there is one is a kitchen. The spirit of a woman who doesn't like men being in there. So naturally, and I love cooking, so I love being in the kitchen, and I love eating too. Yeah. So I go in there, and the first time I was in there, it didn't like me. It was calling me names, telling me to get out and everything.
Yeah.
The second time I went in there, second or third time I went in there, we were talking to a spirit named Mabel, and this is where kind of getting their names and kind of talking to them, asking them about their life and stuff is uncovers more. She told us that the person that was in there that didn't like men is gone. She kicked him out because she was a bitch. I'm not going to say the word that she actually said. And then she said we were smelling like pies being made. So, we were asking about that, and, she loves making pie, and I had a really good connection with her. And the next time I went there, I go back into the kitchen and I'm talking to Mabel again. So, I mean, it was just kind of cool that you get these connections that, you start having these, for lack of a better phrase, a relationship with these entities or whatever. And it's really kind of cool.
Maybe
to do this stuff.
That's what they want. They don't just want randomers going and asking the same questions and going, right, we're going now. Don't follow us home. Bye-bye. And then go.
Exactly.
They might want that not relationship. That's the wrong word, but
interaction.
That direct interaction, like one-on-one, whether it's energy, the connection of energy. It's like you meet someone on the street and you start chatting. It's like when we started chatting and we got on, we have a laugh and so on and so on, especially when Tommy gets involved. But but you know what I mean. But it's like funny. I wouldn't just come on, just do the small talk and then go. We have that chat, we have that personal interaction. So maybe that's what they want. That's why they get a bit shitty with us humans when we go out investigating with them and start throwing stuff at them because they're not getting the response that they think that they deserve.
And I think people are too quick to label the nasty ones demons. I mean, just like us, there's good and bad people. I mean, there's probably good and bad spirits. I mean, I don't know if they have moods or anything, but if you catch me in a bad mood, hide. But it's maybe it's something like that too. That that one spirit that didn't like men in the kitchen. Somebody went in there and said something, and she didn't like it, and she was in a bad mood or something, and just said, "Hey, get out." So who knows?
Yeah, right. I'm going to jump onto the Brian question.
Oh boy!
But so someone's put this in the chat. So I'm going to show this, and then you'll probably work out what I'm going to ask you without actually asking you.
Okay, I'm nervous.
So from us, Stephen, I was terrorized by a dwarf at a circus. It scared me for life.
Okay, so sorry. There's a
Blames
dog.
to Brian about this. This is absolutely got nothing to do with me whatsoever.
And it really has nothing to do with paranormal or anything. We were at so this year, I think it was the 2nd of May. We were at Townsend again for the Bigfoot Festival, and it's a huge crowd. Thousands of people go there. They have speakers, they have vendor booths, they have food trucks, they have all kinds of fun stuff for the kids to do, and they have wrestling. So, and I don't know how this connects with Bigfoot or whatever, but it was freaking hilarious. So, I mean, they have these 6 guys come out and they wrestle, and wrestling I think is just fake, and this is extremely fake. They're terrible actors and stuff. So anyway, they went on and they did their little thing and they got down. The next ones to come out were 2 midgets wrestling. And it was absolutely hilarious. I mean, before they started, they, run and bite the referee and stuff in the ring and everything. But the whole deal, me and Brian had it worked out that we were going to try and get, so we didn't have a booth at this festival. Some friends of ours, Blondes and Booze, had one. And Krista, one of the blondes, is scared to death of the midgets. So, do you call them midgets or dwarfs? I don't know which one.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But I'm not saying either.
Yeah. we wanted to get one of them and come, and that sounded bad too. One of those guys and come and just, sit with her at her booth and just have a conversation with her. But that didn't happen. And, it was just little people. Okay. That's probably better.
Hey, folk.
Yeah. So one of the little people, that sounds weird too. Okay, like I said, I'm home alone. I heard somebody cough.
That definitely wasn't me.
So right at about 50 minutes on this. That was weird.
Let me timestamp that. So do 50 to...
And, both of the... So we have it looked like we had a thunderstorm roll through. It's not storming now. Both of my dogs are in here with me.
Yeah.
Hiding under the table. And I definitely heard something out in the hallway.
Are we all right to get a quick break before you carry on with the story?
Absolutely.
I've
Absolutely.
just got to go and grab some. So I'm going to play a video
Okay.
for the 24-hour podcast that we did on the 18th of June. It's only three and a half minutes.
Okay,
That should give me enough time to nip downstairs and come back.
Yeah,
Is that
sure.
right?
We're good. We're good.
Right.
We're good.
Good. So, guys, stick with us. I'm just going to play this. This is what's going on in a couple of months, and I'll be back very, very soon.
UFO files on the line, stacking up the facts in time. Guests keep coming through the door. One more story, then 10 more. Maps and clips on every page. Something strange in every age. Call it in, let it ring. Tell us what you saw, tell us everything. Alien!
Strange, they fight over colors, and they cover their bodies with plants and animals. They fear the unknown but seek it out. They destroy their own world for shiny rocks. Fascinating.
Alien, stay tuned in. I want the truth. Let it spin. Tell us what you saw, tell us everything. Alien, keep it live. UFO files all night. Alien, stay tuned in. I want the truth. Let it spin. Let it spin.
recognition complete. Aether 8 online. Proceed.
And we're back. Sorry about that.
That's going to be an awesome event.
Oh, it's going to be long.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's 24 hours.
Yeah.
So
It's almost like it's going to be a whole day.
I know, or two.
So, I have to ask, and I think I asked this on my show. What made you want to do this?
Lockdown. I don't know. So I was listening to podcasts all the time because I drive for a living. So I'm out in the sticks, and I just because the job that I actually do is I spend probably 95% of the time in the van, and like 5% doing the actual job itself. It's like more driving. So I'm just sometimes it can be 2.5 hours to your first job, or it could be an hour, or it could be 10 minutes between each job, depending. And I sat listening to podcasts, and I used to watch Finding Bigfoot with Cliff Barrettman, Bobo, Matt Moneymaker. Is it Renee?
I don't
Is it
know.
Renee? I can't remember the woman's name. I used to watch that quite a lot. Anyway, I was on Facebook, and it come up podcast, and it was the first one I seen was Bigfoot and Beyond. I'm like, oh my god, it's James Bobo and Cliff Barrettman. So then it's like, I don't even know what a podcast is. This was back in 2016, 2017, thereabouts. So found out what it was, downloaded it, then found out you've got to subscribe to it monthly. So then did it on that. I was using can't remember which one it was, but it's the one that links it to Apple and all that. It wasn't the Google one.
Podbean?
Castbox. It was an orange.
Okay, Castbox. Okay.
Castbox, yeah. So it's like I found that, then I found loads more. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. So I'm just looking paranormal, UFOs, and all that, and it's like, and I would listen to like 10 shows a day.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and I emailed it to a couple of them. I ended up going on a couple of the shows, and then I just thought, do you know what? I just want to go out and do this now. So me and this guy I know called Alan, he lives up on the border of England and Wales, near Shropshire. So there's an old train line that used to deliver coal to an old power station. So it's all closed off now. I'd driven up there, and we'd gone up walking this train track in the middle of the night because there'd been a lot of big cat sightings in that area.
Right.
So we'd gone up doing that. And I was thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to put it out on Facebook Live. Didn't even know, like, YouTube channels and all that. I just thought YouTube channels were for, like, professional people that knew what they were doing.
Right.
Oh, little did I know.
Look at us.
Anyone can do it. Still winging it 5 years later.
Yeah.
And so I'm just doing it on Facebook Live, like when I got a good signal and that. We had so many different things go on. We could hear voices and that. And it's just I just got into it more and more. And it just kept going. And then I found out what YouTube was. This guy got in touch with me, and he explained how to upload stuff onto YouTube, how to render, what you can and can't do, copyright and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I had 2-3 people helping me out because I'm like completely new. I don't even know what you're talking about a lot of the time. So they're simplifying everything that they're saying to me. And then I got into it, and it's like, right. And then you've got to use a third-party thing like StreamYard. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So, it just went from that. And it's like, do you know what? Actually, I could do this 24/7 if I could. I said that from once I got into it, the moment when I realised, I want to do this, even till now, which is probably about 4.5 years, just over.
Wow.
I get the odd day where I think, can't be asked. But then I wake up the next day, it's like, yeah, I could do this every single day forever.
Yeah.
I love it. I love doing it that much.
You know, if that's one of my things that I would love to do this every single day. Unfortunately, life gets in the way, jobs get in the way, but this is just so much fun. And I really not to, sound like an idiot, but I really echo everything that you said there, that this is just so much fun. And you meet so many awesome people through this.
So,
Yeah. Well, and yeah, exactly. And, you've been on my show. I'm on here twice now. You need to come back again. And, it's one of those things that you meet these awesome people and, you keep just go back and forth with them. And like today, we don't really have a topic and stuff. We just kind of winging it.
I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I've got wrote down? A squiggle where I was testing a pen, and where I wrote 50 and 50 minutes 10. That's it.
And look at that. Put that back up. Put that back up.
Post-it notes.
Is that a pink post-it note?
I've got pink, green, and then yellow. But pinks are always at the top. Orange, pink, yellow, and green.
But everybody says that I need to have pink post-it notes.
Yeah.
And I don't have any pink, but I have green, but I don't have pink.
Right. I'll take a photo now, the bottom of my desk. Not that one. I'll show you. So this is like right now. So this is what I've got right in front of me. Oh,
Yep.
3 cans of soda and then a load of post-it notes. They're even stuck on the monitor just to remind me of stuff.
Yep. I got the same thing. Yep.
You've got to. Because if you don't have it wrote down in front of you, it's gone into the void.
Oh yeah, everybody knows that if I don't write things down, I'll forget them. If I'm interviewing somebody and they bring something up, if I don't write it down, I'll forget it, and more often than not, I forget it. So,
but it's like I've got notes in my phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably same as you've got iPhone and I can record it and it saves it into the files and that.
Yeah.
I have no idea what half of them notes. I look at it, it's like I don't even know what that is, unless it's wrote in front of me. Because then I remember physically writing it down.
Mm-hmm. And then, if I'm writing fast, I won't be able to read it when I get back to it. I'm like, okay, well, that was a waste.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But like you said about meeting people, because last year, and I'll wait for the comment off Baby with a Laser for this, right? So last year, I got the opportunity to go to America again, and I got to meet up with Nicole. So her and her husband, Sean, they picked me up from the airport.
Yep.
So I flew to JFK, then we drove from JFK up to Gettysburg. I met Sir Brian Bolden, I met Anthony Simonelli, all the team from Nicole. I met Johnny Zaffis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Warrens relation.
Mm-hmm.
And just there's loads of other people I can't think off the top of my head. That was the tattoo that I got while I was there.
Awesome. Yeah. Hey, show me. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best tattoo ever.
I'm
so glad I got that done. Me and Brian were young out. I interviewed him. It was great. I met Frankie Deo, his paranormal partner, Anthony Tricycle Motorcycle, whatever he's called, I don't know. I met Ron and Lourdes Yakivetti, the digital sound experiment, and we just hanging out in the pub and just chatting normal. It's like it's just that moment was one of the best moments of my life ever because I interviewed all these people. And you don't think when you're living like the other side of the world, like 5,000 miles away, and you've got the Atlantic Ocean between you, that you're ever actually going to meet him. You say, we need to sort something out to do it. And I just got lucky and got the opportunity, and I managed to get cheap flights, and just everything just happened, fell into place at the right time for that to happen. Amazing.
I met several at the conference that we had. I met Brian for the first time, a couple others, Josh Hurd, who owns a location up in Iowa. Dr. Bertram, we met him, Heather Mosier from Small Town Monsters. A lot of people that, like you said, I've interviewed had them on my show. I watched them on here on different locations and I chat with them on Messenger or whatever. And I mean, even meeting people in chat, I mean, you just see the names scrolling up on the screen. But then, I got to meet a few of them in Richmond when we were there. And, how awesome is that? I mean, it's just, they're even nicer in person than they are in the chat. And it's just,
Well, when I got to meet Natalie Spearman, and she's with
She's the
Brian,
exception. She's the rude one. She's the really rude one.
she was with Brian King Sharp, and I met RPG.
Mm-hmm.
I've met him a couple of times. We've exchanged phone numbers and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And Ronnie LeBlanc, met
Mm-hmm.
him, like loads of others, like in the UK, and then obviously everyone that met in. There's just so many to mention in the US.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it was just the hanging out, and like when Natalie and that was down in Bridgewater, we was just hanging out in the bar till like 4 a.m. just chatting about all sorts and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And same when we was in Gettysburg, we was in the restaurants and we just chatting, and it was just that moment of sitting back, and it's like, oh my god, this is one of the most surreal moments in my life.
Yeah.
Of hanging out with these people, you never ever think it's going to happen, and when it does, you just sit there and just take it all in and cherish it. I think you've got to do that because something has brought you all together. Yeah, it's all part of what we're doing, but to actually do it, it's like when I've met the people down in Rendlesham from the UK. I don't want to miss these out. It's like people in the chat and moderator, she's on a cruise at the moment, but it's like meeting up with her. There's like 9 at Rendlesham, and it's people that you see online. It's like, it's kind of a different feeling because you're in the same country, and the UK is not that big. You can drive from one end to the other in 10 hours, 11 hours or whatever. Whereas I know Davey was saying you can't even get across Texas in that time.
Nope.
So it's like you kind of think in the UK, they're only down the road. You can meet them anytime.
Yeah.
But having the opportunity to fly to a country, you want to go meet whoever you can when you get there. It's like there's another guy, George Mitrovic. He's from Australia, and he came over to the UK, and he was really ill. He got taken into hospital. But I was arranged to meet up with him and interview him. So I'm like, no, I'm still going. And I went down and met him in the hospital, and I waited for him, and he got out. We went back to his hotel. I interviewed him. Then we went out. We had something to eat. I'll probably never get to meet him again. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just those little blessings are just amazing.
Yeah,
they really are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky enough. One of my co-hosts, Krista, who is on Blondes and Booze, she lives about 40 minutes away from me. So we hang out at one of the locations that we go to, Emmaus. We hang out there. We do other things outside of paranormal stuff together. But people like Brian, you don't see him very often, but you talk to him just about every day. Natalie too, her and I have this relationship where, we're like brother and sister. We rag on each other so much, but I would do anything for her and she would do anything for me. And it's just one of those things that, you develop those kind of relationships through doing this. Even though we're nowhere near each other, like us. I mean, you're way over there in the UK. I'm way over here. One day, you can't not say it. One day, we're going to be in the same country. We're going to meet, whether it's here, whether it's over there. Either way, I don't care. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you and Abby and everybody else over there.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately, it's the money situation, but
it's not even the distance; it's the cost of getting from A to B.
Yeah,
that's the stink a bit about it.
And doing this stuff, talking to people in different countries, different parts of the world, different cities, wherever, is fun. And don't get me wrong, it's just a fantastic experience. But there's nothing better than shaking somebody's hand, giving somebody a hug, and somebody that like we've seen and we've done. We meet these people in person. It's just really cool connection that we've all made in this, and I'm just so grateful for it.
Yeah, well, it's like I met Raoul from Tower Paranormal Investigations. He was there. I didn't know who he was at the time, and then obviously he come out and we all hung out. But I think one of the biggest for me was when we sat in the hotel and it was a Thursday night. And it was like the party was starting to kick off just before, because everyone was getting ready on the Thursday, ready for the conference on the Friday. Yeah, we could do.
Did you see that from Benno?
Yeah. I can put it in the chat now. But and Nicole's come running in. She goes, Andy, Brian's there. I'm like, Brian who? He's like, I jet lag and everything. He's like, it's Brian Bowden. Like, I jumped up out the chair, and you couldn't miss him. He had the loudest shirt on you could ever imagine.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I ran
Oh,
over
yeah.
and grabbed him. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God. He's like, oh my God, Andy, you're here. Like,
Yeah.
yes. That way we just
Yeah.
started drinking, and
Yeah.
it was such a great night. And then
Yeah.
when I met Ron and Laura Des, they was doing the spirit thing in the room, and I crept in and sat down. And then when they see me, like, and everyone was just, it's like, keep going back to it. You never think you're ever going to meet them, and then when you do, it's magical. It really
Exactly.
is. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
can't
never
beat
say
it.
never. I mean, it's going to happen one of these days, when, who knows. But we're going to meet someday, and
Oh, yeah.
and it'll be cool.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I did have I had another question, and I had no idea what it was, because that completely threw me.
I will say that, after we heard this, whatever it was back here in the hallway, I
Yeah.
got the thing, breathe and wait.
Ooh.
Yeah. Breathe and wait.
Not breathe, hold your breath, and then wait till you
Right.
pass out.
Yeah. Breathe in and wait for somebody to resuscitate you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can't think of anything, but have you had any UFO encounters? I'm just that you know of. I know
don't
you
know.
said about that one where the things in the sky, it's like possibility, you're not 100%.
Yeah.
But have
You
you had
know-
anything where you've gone, do you know what? That has got to be something
So
extraordinary.
if you ever make it over here to the Midwest, there's a place that I'd love to take you called the Emmaus Asylum, and it has cryptids, our haunted location, and everything there. And the one time there was all kinds of weird things in the sky, and my first I guess experience with this is there was a light way off in the distance, and it kept getting brighter and brighter. And then it just kind of stopped and kind of held there. And then all of a sudden it was gone. Now that's nothing an airplane can do. I probably not a satellite. So, like I said, was that a UFO? Could very well be. But that was my first one. And I remember watching it, like, oh, that's so cool. And then it's just gone, and other people saw it too. So, that could be something as well. And every night, I take the dogs out, 9:30, 10 o'clock or whatever before we go to bed. And I always kind of just stand outside and just kind of look up in the sky and trying to, I come in peace. I want to see something. I don't, whatever. Was it Tuesday night? I saw a shooting star shoot across the sky. I'm assuming it was a shooting star, but it was actually just a real quick shot across the little section of the sky. So, and it seemed like it was going horizontal too. Now that I think about it, it wasn't coming down like it
normally
could have been a meter.
they kind of like curve, don't they?
Yeah.
Like an obscure angle. It's not.
Yeah. And now that I think about it, it was going more horizontal. It didn't have an arc to it or anything. So, I don't know if that was something that I saw that, whatever, but I think these things can certainly read on your whatever you're putting out in the universe, whatever you're thinking or whatever. They can certainly pick up on that, and whether they decide to show themselves or what, I don't know. So.
Yeah, but just jumping back to your question where I was saying about meeting people. So, Baby with a Laser. So he picked up on my accent because I'm from the same part of the UK, both from Manchester. And he messaged me one day and said, "I've got I don't know if they've shown you this, the thing that I've got in the jar. Did he ever show you?
You showed me a picture of it. You didn't show me the actual thing.
Right. Yeah, because it's when I was on your show because I was sat in the car, wasn't I? So Darren, that's his name, he messaged me and goes, I've got something you might be interested in. Make me an offer. So I'm like, right, okay. So I made him an offer. He went, it's yours. I'm like, oh my God, right now I need to go and see him. And this is where the channel and the name and everything, even the tattoo, and this is where, for me, this is where it started to become what it is now. Before that, it was just me trying to work out exactly what I was doing. So I ended up getting this from him. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That looks
So,
like something that you saw on Independence Day, the movie.
yeah.
That is
Let
cool.
me turn this light out a sec. Oh, it doesn't make a difference. I'm just trying to get the light to stop reflecting. But
Yeah.
so you've got all the detail
Wow.
and what have you. So what I did, you can see all the bits of crap in the bottom and what have you. So I got it, and I'm like, right, I kind of want to know what it is. I'm not, but regardless of whether it's real or fake, it's an alien in a jar, and I don't know anyone else who has one. I've
Yeah.
seen them selling on eBay. It could possibly be the same one. Sorry, I'm just replying to someone. And it was selling for $99,000.
99,000? Holy cow.
Yeah, and I didn't pay that for it. Because, yeah. One, I
Wow.
don't have that money, and two, even if I did that money, I wouldn't pay that amount.
Yeah, I
Unless I
think
had like Elon Musk's money, then yeah.
yeah, I think I don't have that kind of money, but if I did, I think my wife would be very upset with that.
Yes. So anyway, I got it, and I'm looking, and I'm sat in his house, and he'll tell you in the chat, and I'm mesmerized, and I'm just looking at this thing. I'm like, oh, because he goes, the photographs don't do it justice until you see it in real life, and then I'm looking at it, and it's like about 12 months into it, I thought, right, I need to clean it out. It's a bit manky inside. I need to give it a bit of a rinse and put it back. So I opened it, absolutely stunk of rotting cabbage. Which, now the thing with this is, anything organic that's been pickled or is in some sort of alcohol substance will smell of rotting cabbage. Because kind of way it's rotting, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I emptied it out, cleaned it. This was just over 12 months ago. I've actually got the video of me doing it, so I've not put it out there yet. I'm just waiting for the right time. I'm leaning over the bath and got jug of water and all that and cleaning it out. So I just felt, right, I'm going to fill it up with water because I don't know what the liquid was that was in it before. Anyway, so put it dead clean, put it back. And then I noticed, so on the eyes, you can't see it now. On the eyes, it had like little balls of what looked like fungus, gross, like mossy type stuff on it. And this is weird. This is weird. I'll tell you again in a moment about why this is weird, right? And it started growing that, so I'm like, oh, I need to sort this out. So I went online. Someone said about you need to get like pretty much rubbing alcohol. So I bought a bottle off online company beginning with A. They've got a big jungle somewhere and a river.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I bought one of them. So I tipped it out, cleaned it all, scrubbed it, got all the bits of crap off it, poured it in. And then, like I said, it went really clear and pale. Now it's gone back to what colour it was originally, which is an orangey amber colour.
Yeah.
Now this is the weirdest thing. So I don't know if anyone remembers in the chat. If you look at its eyes, yeah,
Okay.
you can clearly see that they're shut. You can see the slit going left to right at
Yeah.
a degree angle or something.
I can see it on the left eye, yeah.
Right? A few weeks ago, let me see if I can find the photo.
It kind of
When
looks
I-
like Jabba the Hutt eyes.
Yeah. So when I shown it last time and was talking about it, and I think Nicole, she's in the chat as well now, if she remembers, I held it up and its eyes were open. And I found the picture. 1 second. Oh no.
And Nicole is
That's
coming
under-
on my show on June 2nd, by the way.
Oh. So if you look there, you can see what look like eyeballs.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
See
Yeah.
in the middle.
Yeah.
You can see the slit, and then you got the eyeball and the slit across the top
Right.
on both of them.
Right.
So top eyelid, bottom eyelid, and the eyeball. Whereas if you look now, the slit is directly in the middle.
Oh wow.
Wait,
It just
Is
said
that-
It just said hoaxes.
could be.
Not yeah.
I don't know. But I've got photograph of it
That-
with its eyes open and physical. It's here in my hand with its
Wow.
eyes shut. It's
Wow.
never got out. I was going to seal the lid, but I haven't. So I don't know.
That's
don't know.
creepy.
Yeah.
That's really creepy.
So when I showed you that, then I noticed that the eyes were shut. It's like, all right, that doesn't make sense now because I know that they looked open. Unless it's just because of the color and the lighting. I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm not going to try and work that out. I'm just going to put it to the side and forget I ever
Yeah,
did
just
this.
yeah. I mean, are you going to do it again? You think?
Clean it out.
Yeah.
Not for a while. I don't think it needs, but it's like I'm going to show you its bottom quite literally, just to show you that there's no. It's like there's a little dint on there, but that's just
Yeah.
nothing made. It's just like you little.
Huh.
It's you can see what is
Yeah.
a bum, and then if you
Yeah.
look at the feet and the hands and the detail of it, if that was a mold, then why can you not buy more of them, and why they not widely available online?
Yeah. Where did he get it from?
So we're not sure. The story that he told me, what he led to believe, was that there's a guy, his nephew's mate's granddad or dad lived in a house up in Scotland, or up that way, Lake District, like right at the top north of England. And they was having a clear out of the house, and his nephew Craig said, "Oh, I've got something that you might want." And he give him this. Now Darren wasn't allowed to have it in the house; he had to keep it outside in the shed. I got told I'm never ever bringing it into the house, so I had it on the top of the wardrobe, looking. Sorry, someone at the door. Looking right towards the bed. I kind of did it on purpose, but not. So don't tell the missus. But and then it's just stayed there, and become part of this, and this is what, like I said, this is where the Alienate UK
Yeah.
come from, and everything
Yeah.
else, and what have you. So it just become part of what it all is. So that's how I met Darren, like physically and what have
Yeah.
you. So met him a
That's
couple of
awesome.
times since then. But yeah, that was April 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so just over 2 years.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. And that looks really cool sitting back there changing
Yeah.
color.
Yeah,
Is
I've
it
just got all the little light things underneath that.
Yeah. That's cool.
About $5 off that same place where I bought
Hey.
the alcohol from.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. I put a REM pod up just in case something comes through.
Oh yeah,
Somebody made that for me. I can't remember who made it, but I haven't gotten it to work. I've gone through batteries already on it, and it hasn't really done anything.
no,
I don't know if it works. I mean, it works when I touch it, but you know.
you never did ask where my scars came from, Andy. I don't want to know. It could
Yeah,
be
some
that.
things are better left not asked.
Yeah, see what happens and then go
Yeah.
from there.
Yeah.
But just quickly before we wrap this up, I was talking about Dogman and Bigfoot and all that before. I just want to get back on track with that. Have you seen the video of supposedly a Bigfoot and a bear having a fight, and someone's filming
No.
it from inside the vehicle?
No.
Now, not everyone, a lot of people in the chat were saying it does look genuine. It's too much, not detail, but do you know like when I see a fight in real life and you see all like the little bits and pieces that are going on in the background? There's too much of that. Whereas when it's AI, it's very clean.
Yeah.
Whereas this wasn't.
Yeah. You know, I have a lot of trouble all these videos that you see on Facebook, TikTok, whatever. I just
Yeah.
have a lot of trouble believing all those. And, with especially since AI is so darn good nowadays, I just, I don't know. I mean, unless it's somebody that I absolutely know and trust,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of just scroll on past it. And I might have seen it and just scrolled on past it,
Well,
but
I've got it here. I don't know if you can see, but
oh, wow.
so even if that was a bloke in a suit, you wouldn't take your chances on a brown bear, a grizzly, or whatever it is.
Right. And whoever's filming it is awfully close to it.
But see, it does look like there's trousers on that.
Yeah.
It does look like you can see like a waistband.
Yeah.
But just the way, if it's not a Bigfoot, it's someone in a suit. It's definitely not AI.
Yeah.
But then when you watch, I'll see if I can pause it on the leg. You can see, like with the patty film, you can see the definition of the muscle in the back of the leg. You can see like the top bit of the thigh. You see where the shadow
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
Bend of the knee all the way up to the buttocks.
Yeah. And, like Simon just said, a bear wouldn't stand a chance against a Bigfoot. I completely agree with that. I mean, how is this bear surviving so long in this fight? I mean, I know grizzly bears are.
Well, this one's it's biting into the whatever it is, the Bigfoot's neck, and the top of it's like its shoulder and arm, so it's got hold of it there.
Yeah.
But maybe they're little people, so it's a little Bigfoot and a little bear. They got back to the wrestling.
A juvenile Bigfoot or a midget Bigfoot. A little thing.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that's a video, and that's doing the rounds again. And I'd seen that a couple of years ago, which was obviously before AI is at the level of what it's at now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but Simon's just put maybe Bigfoot's playing with his food.
I mean, why not? I mean, they do that. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you hear them, throwing deer around and all kinds of stuff like that, and hiding it up in the top of a tree.
They put them in the tree.
Yeah.
Big cats do that as well. They drag the food up into the tree and then get over the branches to dry it
To
out
hide
and
it.
drain it a bit. So
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah, and unfortunately, we probably will never know.
No,
So.
I don't want to find out the hard way either.
Yeah, no. I want to see one really bad, but from a distance, from a great distance is fine with me. From a great distance is fine. In fact, when I went down to meet that guy and we went into the woods a little bit, we walked in the woods just like 5 minutes in, and I see this eye shine on the ground towards the ground of the forest. Like, oh my God, eye shine. What is it? Eye shine. It was just a cat. So.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, because you're waiting and you're wanting to see something. It's like we was in the cemetery once. We could see this eye shine, and it looked like it was like 4 or 5 foot tall. Like, couldn't work out where it was, but as we got closer, there's this bit of an incline on the hill. So as we're walking, it's going down. It's going up. Sorry. So it looked taller. Anyway, it was a fox.
Yeah.
But it's just because of the way the path and road was. It just threw us.
Maybe if we go into the woods or into these locations, not wanting to see anything, they'll show us. Yeah. And a lot of people have told me, and I believe this too, is whatever intentions that you have. I mean, I'm not going to go into the woods and try and kill these things and bring it home with me. But I just want to find out what they are. I know they're real. I know they're out there. I just want to see one for my own eyes.
Well, that's it. Well, it's like me and Nicole. We talk about that a lot. It's all to do with intent, and I think some of it as well is manifestation. So,
yeah, exactly.
But it's yeah. But
Simon.
who knows? Who knows?
Simon,
it could be.
That video looks like a parody of Godzilla and King Kong. I like that.
Oh, right. We've got a question. So I'm going to throw this to you. So this is from Job Centre Plus Scream.
Okay.
So he's put, I was lying in bed at 2 to 3 a.m. and my 3D printer filament flew off the rack during printing process at a decent speed. Any ideas, paranormal or printer malfunction? Now, I don't know. I've never used a 3D printer, so I cannot answer that
No,
bit.
that I don't know either. But if it was, I don't know how old the printer was or how long it had been working. So, I mean, it could have loosened up whatever the filament is. It could have loosened that up. And, I don't know how they act if they fly off like that, if that's common.
They're on a reel out. I've looked because I was looking at getting a 3D printer. So a lot of them, they have a reel that clicks onto the outside. But
Yeah. I mean, I could very well be just a printer malfunction, but again, you never know. I always say, when in doubt, throw it out. So, I mean, if you don't know what it is, it's probably a printer malfunction, but I depending on how fast it goes and how fast the thing flew off there, if it was thrown off there at a faster speed than it was working at, possibly a paranormal thing.
best thing to do is try it again. Print
Yeah.
the same thing around about the same time, and then just do that. That's what I try and do. And
Yeah, reenact it as best you can. That's what you do when you go on these investigations. You try and debunk it as best you can. He said, my house is haunted by my grandfather and my grandmother and grandfather. Yeah. So, I mean, it could have been. I mean, who knows?
I know. Well, I know. Unless someone from the other side tells us, we're none the wiser, are we, really?
Yeah. I mean, one thing he could try and do is if he has a spirit box or something, he can even ask the question, hey, was this grandpa, was this you that threw this at me or threw this object?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might find out. Yeah, let us know. Try them and see what you come up with and get back to us.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. That's it, Paul. Unfortunately, I could chat here forever, but I'll get my ass kicked.
I actually need to get back to working too. I'm trying to edit a video that I've been putting off. But I need to get moving on that. So yeah. But man, this has been fun. This has been fun. Yeah.
I love doing these ones.
Yeah.
I really do. So where can people find you? So obviously Paranormal Among Us.
Paranormal Among Us on YouTube. I believe we're on like Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. There's one person in the group that we're with that sends everything out all over the place. So I'm pretty sure we're on all those things because I always get updates that Paranormal Among Us has a new show on Apple Podcasts. So I know for sure we're on Apple Podcasts. So if you're traveling around, you can listen to it on Apple Podcasts or even listen to it on YouTube. So yeah.
Perfect. Right. Well, thanks again, Paul. I'll let you get off and do some editing. I'm going to go and take Bruno for a walk. Sounds like a massive dog. He's a Shih Tzu Chihuahua cross.
So it's the boss.
Like twice the size of that.
Yeah.
He judges you. Honestly. You'll be doing something, and because he'll be sat there, he'll cross his front legs over, and just he will stare at you and not take your eyes off you until that's the Shih Tzu side to him.
What's really funny is when they're sitting there staring at you, and then they just kind of like they're disappointed or something. Like, really? Okay, come on.
Yeah. Or he started meowing like a cat.
Oh, that's weird.
It does an odd little meow type sound. I think it's more of a yawn, but it's like, it's very cat-like. Why are you meowing at me? That's creepy on its own.
That is weird. Yeah, that is weird that a dog starts meowing. Ooh. Okay.
Right. I'll leave you to it then. So thanks again.
Anytime. I love this. This has been so much fun.
Yeah. So thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Glad you all enjoyed it. I will be back on Monday, myself and Abby, where we're going to be talking to the Reverend Michael Carter from Ancient Aliens. And then the following Friday, we're going to be back on with Karen Holton. And in between that, we're going to be doing the Reality Check, where we cover the last 48 hours of what's been trending on the internet and social media when it comes to UFOs, UAPs, and disclosure and all that kind of stuff. So that's it. So enjoy the rest of your weekend and Saturday, and we will see you very soon. So take care, everyone. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
See you, everybody.
Signal acquisition initiated. Cross-referencing anomaly archives. Pattern recognition complete. Aether 8 online. Proceed.
Welcome back. You found it again. The UFO Files. Broadcasting round the clock on Alien 8 UK. Red Eye listeners, insomniacs, sky watchers, van drivers on the long haul. You're tuned to the only station that stares back at the dark with you. 24 hours, we circle the same old questions. Lights over the north, shadows over the south. Phone lines open, headphones on, blinds half drawn. I got case notes spread like takeaway menus. Highlighters bleeding through until sunrise. Coordinates scribbled on coffee stained napkins from a truck stop somewhere near the East Coast. We don't do jump scares here, we do the long stare out the window at 3:33 a.m. when the estate's asleep and the sky feels too crowded. You call in with that voice, half whisper, half there. First time chatter, long time watcher, and the hairs rise on every neck in frequency range. Maybe it's satellites, maybe it's stories we tell, so we're not alone in these flickering terraces and rented rooms. Either way, keep your dial right here. This is the UFO Files. Alien 8 UK. All night, every night. Welcome back.
Alien 8 UK.